Patrick Starr and Cousin Val's Mafia-Style holiday meeting. In the shadowy back room of a dimly lit underwater tavern called the Festive Fin, the holiday heads had gathered for a clandestine meeting. Sitting at the head of the table, dressed in a pink suit that was just a little too tight, was Patrick Starr's enigmatic cousin, Valentine Valve Starr. His candy heart-shaped cufflinks gleamed in the faint light, and his hair, yes, Patrick's cousin had hair, was slicked back with marshmallow cream. Val pounded the table with a red velvet cupcake. "All right, listen up, you jingle-bell jokers and carrot-munchin clowns. January's a snooze-fest, capisce? We need a new holiday to keep the cash registers ringing between New Year's and Valentine's Day. Now, who's got ideas?" The Easter Bunny, looking sharp in his pastel three-piece suit, tapped his paw on the table. "I got it. We call it Fit and Fab 8th. People are all jazzed about losing their holiday pudge in early January, so we capitalize on that. Sell protein shakes, yoga mats, maybe even Easter-themed resistance bands." The room fell silent. Valentine sucked on a heart-shaped lollipop and squinted at the bunny. "You think people want to celebrate sweatin' in January? What's next? A holiday for flossin'?" Before the bunny could reply, Summer, wearing flip-flops made of sunbeams, leaned back in her chair. She adjusted her sunglasses, even though the room was barely lit. "I've got a way better idea. We call it Sweet 16th. A holiday to embrace indulgence right after they've given up on their diets. It's perfect for candy sales, chocolate bikinis, caramel sunscreen. The works." Mother Nature, seated beside her, nodded approvingly while knitting a scarf made of vines. "And we can tie it to the earth somehow. Like, celebrate sweetness in nature, but really it's just a candy blitz." Val leaned forward, his glittery tie catching the dim light. "Sweet 16th, huh? Sounds juicy. But I don't know. Feels like something's missin'." That's when Halloween Jack, the pumpkin-headed holiday rep, let out a deep, raspy chuckle from the end of the table. He took a long drag from his peppermint cigar and leaned into the flickering candlelight. "You chumps are thinkin' too small. January's cold, dark, and miserable. You know what warms folks up? Beer. We make a holiday on the 21st called Boozapalooza. The tagline: scare away the winter blues with brews. I'm talkin' beer-flavored candy, haunted keg parties, and pumpkin ale sales. It's Halloween in January, baby." The table erupted into murmurs of approval. Even the Easter Bunny gave an impressed nod. Val tapped the cupcake against the table thoughtfully. "Boozapalooza's got a nice ring to it. But I ain't makin' no decision without hearin' from my right-hand starfish. Patrick, what do you think?" All heads turned to Patrick Starr, who had been sitting quietly, chewing on a plate. He looked up, crumbs on his face. How about we call it Patrick Appreciation Day, and everyone gives me presents and nachos?" The room burst into laughter. Val wiped a tear from his eye. Patty, you're a riot. But this ain't about us. This is about sellin' the dream to the masses." After much deliberation and a few too many candy martinis, the holiday heads reached a decision: Boozapalooza on the 21st. Val raised his cupcake in a toast. "To Boozapalooza. May January never be boring again." And as the holiday heads clinked glasses, tankards, and mugs, Patrick leaned over to the Easter Bunny and whispered, "So, about those nachos. Patrick Starr and Cousin Val's Mafia-Style holiday meeting.